Fuck, I feel like I'm not gonna be able. I'm gonna be like, Are you recording right now?
Yes.
Ready? Okay.
I feel like, remember in like High School Musical that she's like doing that thing? Yeah.
Hello.
Hey guys, my name is Sicsen, and this is my friend Jennifer, who was a co-worker with me at good old McDonald's.
3 years.
I was only there for like 1.5 to 2 years.
But it felt like 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we worked together for the majority of our time there. So as you probably have guessed, we're gonna do another McDonald's stories video, which I haven't done since like August, I think. Cause I don't know, I'm like running out of stories because I don't work there anymore. It's been like almost a year since I quit.
I have all the stories.
Yeah, so I figured, you know, I'd take a guest onto the show.
Steph and I pretty much became friends because we were both miserable and way too smart for our jobs, but like we also needed to make minimum wage to afford shit like a car and college.
Yeah.
And other basic necessities. And like a free meal every day, like you can't beat that. So.
Yeah, we were legit eating McDonald's like every single day. It probably wasn't good.
Yeah, we bonded over our like unhealthy habits and thinking.
We kind of have some bullet points of like stuff to go over, but
we had like a shared notes thing going on.
McD's roast topics of discussion.
Oh wait, that's not.
You gotta do that makeup guru thing. Get your face out of the camera.
It says McD's roast topics of discussion, flame emoji, burger emoji. Among the list that we are going to go over today, number 1, racists. It's vague but essential. The lady who always comes in with a buy one get one free quarter pounder but only gets literally ham and cheese on a McMuffin and complains every time. This is a very specific one. Just hang tight. People who complain about prices when the prices are in front of their stupid fucking faces. Wow. That lady with the tank top and bedazzled jeans that threw money at Sarah and made fun of her accent. When the power goes out and we have to handwrite everything and yell to the kitchen.
It's happened multiple times.
It's riveting, let me tell you. When Elise walked in on Cinco de Mayo saying Happy Cinco de Mayo, tequila and chaka chaka, which is offensive on so many levels, and no one who works there is Mexican besides us. Literally? Okay. So as much as people would like to think that everyone who is employed at McDonald's is Mexican, Stephanie and I are literally the only Mexicans who worked at this restaurant, and we could not look further from your racist rendition of what a Mexican should look like.
The stereotypical Mexican.
We don't speak Spanish. I mean, I do, like a little bit.
I do too.
We both do, a little bit.
But like if you look at us, you wouldn't necessarily say you're Mexican.
Exactly, because we're not what some people would like to like fit into their picture of what a Mexican looks like. Those are our points, but we are going to delve further.
I literally avoid going to that McDonald's because every time I go there, they're like, come back, please come back, we need you, like when you coming back? And I'm like, I'm not fucking coming back. Like I could never go back there.
It's bad. I mean, like no one wants to work there because anyone who's ever frequented that McDonald's realizes that everyone there is like miserable. People who have skills and know they have skills don't want to work there because they get paid shit. So eventually the good people leave, and I'm not saying I'm like a fucking fantastic worker, but I'm up there.
You were one of the good workers. You got promoted to manager. I wasn't manager. But then again, I was only part-time basically the whole time, unless it was like in the summer.
She was doing a lot of stuff that other people didn't have to do, mostly because she spoke English, which is like, I don't know, just speaks volumes about like the corporation and like what kind of people they keep.
Both of us were in the first window a lot, taking orders.
Yeah.
At first, when I first started doing it, I was like, oh, this is great, like I don't have to be running around, it's not as stressful. I was so fucking wrong, I can't even describe. Like, there's people who will whisper into the mic.
Like elderly people who I understand, like they want to like go about their day-to-day activities, but like you need to realize when push comes to shove, you can't fucking speak into the McDonald's speaker and no one can fucking hear you. Clearly, if the fucking 5 people in front of you, I could understand their order and I can't understand yours, you might be the problem, but
yeah, they're always like,
something's wrong with the speaker.
Something's wrong with the speaker, like, I can't hear you. No, like, no bitch, you're deaf.
I don't want to be offensive, but like, Helen Keller much, like, they're Helen Keller and I feel like, it's like something Sullivan. What was Helen Keller?
Anne Sullivan.
Anne Sullivan. I feel like I am Anne Sullivan. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's like that Dane Cook sketch where people yell into the fucking speaker.
Hi, welcome to Burger King. May I take your order?
Can I get a water? Usually there's more than one person with the headset on.
Yeah.
So like, we would shit talk about the fucking customers in between, because we can talk to each other.
Did you just hear what this motherfucker just... did you catch that tone?
Yeah.
I did catch that tone.
That would be us like the entire time. Like you would usually be in the first window, I'd be in the second window,
Yeah.
and we'd be shit talking the entire time.
It's the only way to get through the day, like truly. Like
Yeah,
fast food
literally.
is like a whole nother.
If you do fast food, you can basically do anything.
Yeah,
honestly.
Literally.
Like if you think retail is bad,
Retail's pretty bad. Retail's like fast food, but with like nicer things and like
Yeah.
it takes longer. But fast food is like once you do it, you're pretty much like all set. Like you can deal with anything because people just like demean you.
I remember one time someone like, okay, so when I worked at McDonald's, for the majority of the time that I worked at McDonald's, I had a short haircut. Obviously that was, people couldn't deal with that, you know, me being a girl with a short haircut. So
We had a lot of Latina coworkers, and as a Latina myself, I understand there's some stereotypes that we still embody, even
Yeah.
though it's 2017. Anyway, this bitch comes in, hair chopped off. I met her with long hair, I think.
yeah,
actually.
I started there, I worked there for like about maybe like a month,
Yeah.
and I had long hair.
Like longer than this.
Yeah, it was really long, but then that was when I had that haircut where it was really long on one side and then shaved on the other side, but you couldn't really tell because I had my hair up and I had a hat on. So
Yeah.
it just looked like it was long and I looked like a normal Latina.
Uh-huh, exactly. Then this bitch comes in one day. I don't know if it was shaved or she just like cut it like super short.
It was just short. Like
Short, yeah.
you couldn't really tell because I had the visor.
cap on, yeah,
So
yeah.
it just looked really short from like the back and sides.
Everyone's like, all right, please excuse my like imitation. Oh my god! You
That's what
look
it
like boy!
Why do you look like a boy? I don't like it like that. Why did you do that?
Que
Like,
fue? And then the men are like, you don't look sexy no more. Like Stephanie's like really fucking worried about what her coworkers think about her fucking
know.
hair. Let's do people who complain about prices when the prices are right in front of their fucking faces. Tax is something we all have to deal with on a daily basis. Do we like it? No. Do we understand it? We should. Do we all? No. Sometimes people will be like, we'll come to the window and it'll be, let's say, like $10.53 or something. And they'll be like, I thought the total was like $9. And I'll be like, do you not understand tax is like almost 10% of like your meal?
when they order, the total is stated without tax first, but then when you take out the order,
You give them their total with
then
tax.
their total with tax is shown. And sometimes they'll like drive away before you even tell them the total. Like they'll just drive away, go right up to the window, and you'll be like, oh, it's $10.53, and they'll be like, what the fuck? I hate it, especially when they already have their change counted out for the initial total without tax. I'm like, bitch,
What goes through your head? What goes through your head? Tell me.
like just because this is food doesn't mean there's not tax.
I'll never forget that like the 2 for $5. It's like 2 Big Macs for $5. They'll come with me and like give me a $5 bill. Be like, all I have is $5. I'll be like, well,
You need
I'm
32 cents,
I'm
bitch.
sorry on so many levels. Like,
If you only have $5, then I am very sorry.
I'm sorry. But yeah, people just don't use really common sense. It's like amazing.
If people are like, if it's like a small thing and it's a couple cents tax, they'll be like, oh, it's fine. And I'm like, no, it's not fine.
It's
Like
not
I'm
fucking fine. My drawer's gonna be short.
exactly
Fucking
like.
Ronald McDonald's come here like.
And people also complain about like just how expensive things are. Like I'll be like on front counter and they'll be like, can I have a hash brown? And I'm like, yeah, it's what
It's a whole
like,
fucking $1.29, sir.
and they're like, what happened to the dollar menu? And I'm like, sir,
When I was a youngin', it was 50 cents a burger, and I was like, okay, well, if you want, yeah, go ahead and go smoke in the fucking booths too, because Regan's president. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
it's the value menu, not the dollar menu.
I've actually had some people say like, oh, this is why you people make $15 an hour, and I'm like, first of all,
Not even.
I don't.
People are just ignorant. That's the main thing here. It's the main
they're, like,
theme.
They're so confident in their ignorance. That's like the problem.
Yeah.
If you want to be ignorant and like mind your own business, fine, like do you. But like if you're gonna like throw in my face your fucking like lack of knowledge, like it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So we have a manager, or we had a manager, the general manager actually, and she spoke English pretty well, but she always had an accent. But it never interfered really much with her customer service skills. Basically, this lady with bedazzled jeans, a tank top, and like basically all she was missing was a cowboy hat, and I'm almost positive she was wearing cowboy boots. But all of a sudden, I'm working in the kitchen because I did everything, so I was like in the middle of making a fucking McChicken, and this bitch, all of a sudden I hear like cling cling cling, like I hear like change like hit the fucking like counter, and I'm like, what the fuck? I look over, and this lady's like standing over my general manager, like, and I'm like, what just happened? And then like my general manager's standing there like really like being strong, and she's just like watching this lady like berate her, and she can't necessarily understand every single thing this lady's saying, but basically she knows that she's being called a bunch of names, and it was all pretty racist, and I guess she felt that her order wasn't being taken care of because our general manager couldn't speak perfect English, and neither could she. Like, fuck.
So many fucking American-raised people don't know how to fucking speak English.
This fucking inbred who was speaking at like a 3rd grade level had the audacity to tell my general manager that she wasn't speaking English well enough for her to take her order. Her McDonald's fucking order. I lost it, and like in Spanish I'm like yelling at other coworkers. I'm like, get this bitch out of my kitchen, and like I said like enough Spanish so that like I couldn't get in trouble, like she couldn't prove anything, but I said enough Spanish, like things like puta and like necesita salir, like she needs to leave, like shit like that, so that her inbred self would be able to understand like pieces of it, but I couldn't get in trouble like legally. So basically like I was insulting her, looking her right in the face, like este puta necesita salir, like carajo, like carajo. It's hard because when you're in that position, like it's tough, like you really don't have many options.
Yeah,
it's
you
either,
can't really do anything. Like, what are you gonna do, attack her?
Yeah, it's like
throw it back?
Speak up and you get like a fucking 2-star review. Fuck, like God forbid that fucking happens.
Yeah.
It's like, I've never gotten a positive review. Yeah, I've gotten like bad reviews because of like me speaking Spanish, which is just like incredible, because like I don't see how that affects you in any way. Do you go to nail salons and fucking bitch that they're speaking Korean or Japanese or Chinese or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, because they're talking bad about me. Like, nobody gives a fuck about you unless
if you're
being
acting
a
right,
bitch.
there's no chisme about you. Like, I promise.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about you.
Literally. But like, if you're acting like a fucking idiot, then yeah, we probably are talking about you.
If you come like to our counter looking like a contestant on Rock of Love with Bret Michaels and you fucking throw change at my fucking general manager, yeah, I'm gonna fucking say some shit in Spanish about you. Like
you're just basically asking for it at that point.
It's pretty simple. Let's use a different name. Her name is Felice, okay? That's her name is Felice. Like happy. So Felice walks in on Cinco de Mayo. Like I said, Stephanie and I are the only Mexicans who work here. Everyone else is like Cuban, Dominican, Puerto Rican. Anyway, this Felice comes in, very Felice on Cinco de Mayo, and she, assuming that, you know, Mexican applies to all of us, and people in Mexico don't really celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It's an American holiday.
Yeah, it's an American holiday. We're the only ones who celebrate it here.
So this cultured individual said, "Happy Cinco de Mayo, tequila and chaka chaka," and I think she threw up her arms at one point. Anyway, everyone there who speaks Spanish as a first language is entertaining her, and they're like, yeah, ha ha ha. They're laughing, and I'm just like staring at her like.
I feel like the people there, like, they can tell when someone's being racist, but they don't know how to call them out.
Exactly.
Or they're too afraid to. They don't want to like upset anybody.
But so I'm not afraid. Even though I'm Mexican, I'm also white, and I know that like.
Yeah, same.
You're more afraid to lose me as an employee than I'm afraid to speak up. So I just stared at her and I was like, you know that I'm literally the only Mexican that works here, and no one here is gonna celebrate Cinco de Mayo tonight, except for a couple customers that are probably going to the bar. And she just looked at me like, it was just I forget what she said, but she was like, oh, like it was just a joke, or like, haha, like I only know a little bit of Spanish. What she said was tequila and chaka chaka, and chaka chaka is like a slang word for fuck. She's like, basically she said drinking and fucking. Like, she literally denounced my entire fucking culture to downing alcohol and having intercourse. That's not all I am, bitch. Like,
yeah,
fuck. Gotta make a fucking enchilada or two. Like, shit.
Don't just generalize this. Come on now.
So basically, like, the racism went beyond customer clientele. It was like also within like our own
community.
Yeah, our own little McDonald's community.
It wasn't necessarily all bad. Like, say going to work and like being with you and Dominique, like just shit talking everyone. Like, it was kind of fun.
We laughed a lot and we learned a lot.
So that's why I was kind of hesitant to leave for such a long time, because I was like, oh, like I'm gonna miss everybody. Yeah. When I wasn't really gonna miss anyone except for like Jen. You know, it wears on you and you're like, oh yeah, like maybe it's not so bad, but it is really. Once you get another job, if that's your first job, you realize that there's no reason to accept the lack of pay, lack of respect, and lack of just peace. I don't know if it's a company thing or just a private thing or just a personality thing, but it wasn't working for me. I just couldn't do it anymore, so I moved on. Yeah. And so did Steph. But it's definitely a good starting point. And like I said, even though it's hard, it's like it teaches you so much about what people are like, because everyone goes to McDonald's. Rich, poor, black, white, Asian, fucking Hispanic, everything. Like, everyone goes to McDonald's. Like, You get to see like every kind of
person.
people.
Yeah.
If you want a good learning experience, go to McDonald's. I think that's actually like their like slogan, like America's best first job.
You learn a lot. Like if you go to a McDonald's and you watch, like let's say you go to McDonald's with like your boyfriend or girlfriend, just watch how they treat a McDonald's employee and that's all you need to know.
Yeah, like make it or break it right there.
Yeah.
I know that when I worked at McDonald's, I used to like have bad days and like shit would happen and I'd be upset.
Yeah.
And so I would be not as like warm and friendly as I should have been, I guess. I didn't want people to be mean to me. I didn't want the customers to be mean to me even though I was still having a bad day, so that's why I'm like more conscious of it.
Oh my god, kids are like, they're fucking face pressed up against the glass like, I want that Pokemon. There's options.
What kind of toy would you like? Pokemon or My Little Pony?
Oh, don't even fucking get me started, Stephanie.
People would be like, oh, I don't know, the boy one.
Okay, so Stephanie is gay. Like, she is as gay as a fucking ray of sunshine. And she would not care about this issue, but for me, I could not fucking quit.
I do care about the issue, but at some point, it just tired me out, and because like people would be like, what? And I'm like, boy or girl?
Just as someone, I grew up with like, I wanted to like, I would dress up my princess high heels, like my princess dress, princess blah blah blah, whatever. But I also was the type of bitch that would get dirty like in the mud. I'd play with the boys because no other girl wanted to play. And I would like, I would have trucks, I would have a skateboard. I actually have a scar from when I skateboarded when I was like 8 years old. Like, I was like, both, why can't I be both? And it just pisses me off to no end when parents come in and like, give me the girl toy. And I'm like, there is no fucking girl toy, Lisa.
Toy.
Like, I'll never forget, like one time I think it was Hello Kitty and something else. I don't know what the other thing was, but wait, did I say Hello Kitty? Okay, I will never forget. It was My Little Pony. And clearly I'll forget. So I'll never forget, it was My Little Pony and another toy. It was some like stereotypical masculine toy, and the mom came up to the counter and she's ordering Happy Meals, and she was a little bit annoying about it because she doesn't realize there's like different Happy Meals to get, but like it's fine. She's nice though. If you're nice, that's fine. Like, literally, I don't care. As long as you're nice, I'm fine. I asked the mom like what kind of toy they want for each Happy Meal. Even though I can visibly see and I can hear each child order Happy Meal, I'm still not gonna assume. She was like, you know, good question. And this is like My Little Pony, and I'm pretty sure the other one was like Hot Wheels. It was Hot Wheels. The epitome of like each gender stereotype. And she was like, you know, that's a good question, let me ask. And this little kid is like pounding on the like toy display, and he's like pony, pony, and he's pointing to this like purple one. She's got like sick ass like rainbows in her hair, and she's like, I guess he wants the, you know, that one. And she points to the My Little Pony, and she asked if I have it, and I did, and it was just like awesome because she didn't pass judgment for a second. And it's like so much more. It made me feel in that moment like my job at McDonald's like meant just like that much more to like a kid that might like, you know,
than any other job really.
Working at McDonald's, even though it's like such a tedious, weird job, and like you see thousands of people every single day, some customers do come in every single day, and you really can make an impact on those people's lives.
If you thought about working at McDonald's, you'd never think that you would ever make an impact on anyone's lives, or anyone would make an impact on your life.
Yeah.
If you're there for long enough.
It's possible. It's even as simple as like remembering someone's order when they can't, or like they're having a bad day. They don't even have to be like senile and old, like just someone who's having like a really shitty day and they want to McDouble, and they're like, don't you mean like without pickles? And they're like, oh yeah, and their whole day changed because that one person remembered them, or that one person cared enough to like ask them. So it's, nighttime is weird because people are like stoned or they're drunk.
Yeah, can I have 120 nuggets?
I remember like Steph was working one time, she texted me because I had just gotten out like 10 minutes prior, and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Someone just ordered 80 nuggets. Like, and as someone who works in the kitchen, I know that it only holds 40 nuggets at a time at the most.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get more customers, so like 80 nuggets is like a fucking lot.
Yeah, basically I'm like, go fuck yourself, go wait. Like, it'll be out when it's goddamn ready.
But in reality, she's like, okay, no problem.
I know.
Please park.
But like sometimes if there's a lot of bad customers in a row, like I'll get fucking testy. Like we'll both get a tone.
My tone is unreal, let me tell you.
I know, like I remember I'd be like listening to you take the orders and someone would be like an idiot and you'd be like, okay ma'am.
Listen, if you write a customer complaint, it's all words. You can't record tone.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna say, this bitch said, yes ma'am, right away ma'am to me, like, you're gonna sound like a fucking idiot. So I'd say those exact words.
Yeah.
But I would say, in the way to let you know, you are an absolute fucking moron. So Stephanie would be like my second my wingman. She'd be like my right hand. She'd be in the second window, and she'd be
and I'd see them and give them like another fuck you.
She'd be like,
yeah, fuck you.
That's that bitch that wanted 5 McDoubles. Like, yeah, like, we're like the dream team. We're like the nightmare team, pretty much. Like.
Basically, but like at the same time, we were also the dream team because like we're the only ones, except for like a couple other people who could actually fucking do anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Because usually, like in McDonald's, there's a lot of people who come and go very quickly. Yeah. And they usually do front counter stuff because that's like basic shit. But like in the drive-thru, it's fucking hectic.
It's fast-paced. People are fucked up. People are whispering. We're not gonna Whopper. Like, we don't serve Whoppers here, but I'll give you a Big Mac. Like shit like that. So
they're fucking crashing into the store.
Oh yeah, the drunk drive-through fucking encounters, the fucking people that have hit, like, clearly says clearance 7 feet, but you're gonna be like, my truck is 8 feet. I wonder if, and you fucking.
And like I come in the next day, it's like fucking destroyed. Don't get mad if you come up to the window and they're taking another order and they don't immediately take your money.
They're taking that order that they just took for you, and they're also taking your money and asking you if you need anything, if you want to add anything, and you're like,
they're repeating the order.
And you're like, actually, can I get 4 more McDoubles? And then the other person's like, okay, and then you know, Happy Meal, boys toy. What do you mean you don't have a boys toy? Okay, whatever, Hot Wheels, whatever the fuck. So you have to deal with both at the same time. And it's so hard. Like,
oh my god.
This is like good content. Like your viewers are gonna be like, that is so deep, son. Sicsen.
Sicsen.
Put the sick in Sicsen. Sicsen, dude, cause she's gay. And that's a sin.
Six senpai?
Like a martial arts.
Oh my god.
You call her Stephanie, I call her Headphony.
I don't open doors for
her.
So this is getting pretty long, and we have a lot to say. So we're gonna continue this into part 6, I believe. The next part, we'll make another part, and you should watch it if you enjoyed this part. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and if you didn't, leave a like anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
You call her Stephanie? I call her Headphony. I don't open doors for her. I just want the neck, nothing more. Shorty, make it clap, make it applaud. When you tired of your man, give me a call. Dyke bitches talking out they jaw. Next minute calling for the law.